We're live. That means it's time to play our little intro here. So let's get this show on the road. Hello and welcome to Irregardless. I just love saying that word. Irregardless with me and sometimes Rocco the pug. But it's like 85 degrees here, so Rocco is chilling. Pugs don't do that well in the hot weather, so he is relaxing on the porch where there's a nice breeze. And today, let me go back to my banners here. Sometimes on this little show that's like 15, 20 minutes, we do silly shit. Sometimes we have guests. Sometimes we talk to guests and interview folks. And sometimes we actually teach stuff and do something useful once in a while rather than just horsing around. So I think what we'll do then is something that folks have been asking me about is show you how to redirect your long, ugly Zoom link to a custom domain. So here's the deal. Everybody right now we're on Facebook Live, but pretty much everybody is doing Zoom like 5-10 times a day and doing a lot of Zoom meetings. Now, if you do your own Zoom meetings or webinars or coaching calls or whatever, Zoom gives you, let me share my screen and I'll actually show you. Zoom gives you a very long, ugly link for your Zoom room. So I don't know if you can see invite link. It's a really long link. And it includes the password because now Zoom requires a password for that. Let me go to my Zoom here so that I can highlight that a little bit and show you. So this is the link that Zoom gives you to invite people to your Zoom room. Nobody is ever going to remember that. I mean, you can copy and paste it, you can send it to people, but you're certainly not going to recite it to people. So what we do instead is create a custom domain and point it back to this long link. So, for example, and don't do this now because I'm not there, but if you go to louwebinar.com, that domain name redirects and points back to this long Zoom link. So rather than having to tell somebody, hey, what's your Zoom room? Oh, it's us02webzoom.us.da/, you can just say, oh yeah, just go to louwebinar.com. That's always where my stuff is because that is my Zoom room, my personal meeting room in Zoom is this long, ugly link, but I have used louwebinar.com to redirect back to that link. And the way I did that was I go to GoDaddy or wherever your domains happen to be. Let me stop sharing here so I can show you a different screen. And I'll share this one instead. Where did it go? Here it is, GoDaddy. All right, so you guys can see that now, I think. So I have like a gazillion domains, so don't judge, please. But anyway, what you can do is if you want to link your custom domain back to your Zoom link, you get a domain name. In this case, I'm using GoDaddy. And you can find a domain name that is appropriate. So let me share my screen and I'll show you what I did here. Yes, I do have a ton of URLs. And I took louwebinar.com. This was available, so I got louwebinar.com. And when I click on that, I go to the Zoom link. But before I do that, I want to go to louwebinar.com and go down to Manage DNS. Manage DNS. So that's where it's also up here if you're interested. Domain name server, I think it means. Anyway, you go to Manage DNS. First, you get the domain name for like $12 a year or something. So I've got louwebinar.com, right? Then I go down to Manage DNS. And once I'm in DNS, let me make sure you can see this screen. It's taking a couple minutes to open. We'll have to do like sing a song or something while it's open. Hey, Rosie. So yes, you go buy a domain, and if if GoDaddy ever opens, I'll show you how this works. There it is. So I bought louwebinar.com. You can get Lou Zoom or whatever you want to use if it's available. And then if it's available, you get it. Like here, I got it on GoDaddy. Then I go to DNS management, and I go down here where it says forwarding. So all I have to do is put my Zoom link here. See, it says forward to. So anytime somebody clicks on louwebinar.com, it will forward to my Zoom link here. I can even preview it to make sure it works. So I click on it and it shows my Zoom. I don't want to do that right now because I don't want to do a Zoom meeting because I'm in Facebook Live. So, so basically what we're going to do then is forward it to this long Zoom link. Go back to your Zoom, get your personal meeting room link, which is a really long link. This one includes the password. So if you click on it, you'll go right there and not have to enter passwords and stuff. And then you just click forward to, plug in the link here, and you should be all set. Permanent, temporary, doesn't matter so much, but I also do forward with masking so that the masking will show Lou's Zoom room instead of some weird link. And again, that's just this Lou Bortone. I'm sorry, louwebinar.com is forwarding to my Zoom link. And I did that in the DNS management settings of GoDaddy. If you're on Bluehost or another domain server or another domain service, it should work pretty much the same name. You just same way. You point your domain, your custom domain, to your link, which is at zoom.us. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me just come back here for a second and stop my screen share and share a different screen and go back here and go to here and go back to Zoom. So again, cool. Yeah, definitely it's easier for your viewers too, Rosie and others, rather than sending them to this unbelievably yucky, long, ugly link. You can just say, oh, just go to Rosie, Zoom or Rosie Webinar or Lou Webinar, and it's always going to go to this link. So Lou Webinar now redirects to this link. So I don't have to tell people to try to remember this link. I just have to tell them to remember louwebinar.com. So it's easy, it's affordable, it's a set it and forget it. You only have to do it once, which is nice, and then you're good to go. So that's how you redirect your ugly Zoom link to a custom domain. All right, let's see if we have anything else here. Hi, Lori. I think you can also do it that way, make it a URL as a subdomain, because the other thing I did was, I'm not going to show this all right now, but I also, before I had the domain name, the specific domain name, I had loubortone.com/Zoom, exactly what you said here. Yes, you can absolutely do that. On my WordPress website, I went to Pretty Link, and I used the free version of Pretty Links, and I just went to, like you have here, if you go to loubortone.com/ I think I put webinar, but I might have put Zoom. It'll go back to that link as well. So again, you can do it two ways. You can do it through your WordPress or through your website as a subdomain, like Lori suggests here, you smarty pants, or you can do it with a custom domain name where you are just basically showing louwebinar.com or loriwebinar.com. And again, a lot of those, right now, I don't think there's too many people doing, your name zoom.com. So maybe you can give that a shot. So that's it. It's a handy dandy little trick, since so many of us are using Zoom. Nobody can remember all those Zoom links. Make it easy for people to find you and do the either custom domain or the subdomain, so that you can do like Lori does, loriharwood.com/Zoom or /webinar or whatever your pretty link is. And that should do the trick. So hopefully that will work for you. Lori is nodding like she can see me. Well, I can imagine it. So, so that's our little tip for this week. Like I say, some weeks we do silly stuff. Some weeks we try to do something half-assed useful. And other times we just see where Rocco is and see if he can come in and make a guest appearance. But he's on the porch right now where it's cool out because it's really hot in New Hampshire for a change. Yeah, you can use PrettyLink. It's a free WordPress plugin. I use the free version. And that's where I always do loubortone.com/whatever. Let me see if I have any examples of that. Uh-oh, Rocco's getting upset. So in other words, like this one, loubortone.com/FUPM is my link that goes to my book webpage for FU Pay Me. So I just, instead of doing a whole separate domain, I just did a PrettyLink, which was loubortone.com/FUPM. So yeah, you can absolutely do it that way. Catherine was late to the party. Yay, Rocco. Catherine, look, Rocco showed up to say hi to you. Come on in, Rocco. Come inside. No, he's just looking in the door. Come here. Oh, now he's going away. Sorry, I thought we were going to have a Rocco appearance, but I have these double doors in my office, and he just pushes them open and strolls in whenever he wants to let me know he's here. But we'll just have to settle for the picture of Rocco at this point. All right, let me take this banner away here. And I do them for all my stuff, like for, I don't remember what this was for, a Book Yourself Solid webinar. This was for a freebie with 99 video ideas. So every time I do a page, rather than having the lead page link, I try to do loubortone.com/whatever, because it's just easier to remember. It's simply easier to remember. All right, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. We do these every Friday at 1 p.m. They're usually pretty quick and painless. Sometimes we have guests. Catherine Avery's been on before. Rosie's been on before. And we'll do more guests as we do this again next week. But this week, I just wanted to pop on real quick and show you that trick on creating or redirecting your Zoom link, your long, ugly-ass Zoom link, to a custom domain. So I took this long Zoom link that they give me in my personal meeting room that's always the same, and I forwarded it to louwebinar.com. So that's about it for now on Irregardless. I'm going to play myself out here. Let me make, oh, wait, there's more comments. I got to see that. Laurie says she loves Rocco. Thank you. Cool. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I'm going to see if I can find my little outro here and play myself out. But first, I got to bring down the comments and then go over here to brand. Don't you love StreamYard? It's so fun. It's so easy to use. We'll do a StreamYard on StreamYard one of these days. Have a great weekend. Reach out if you need anything. Rocco says hi, and we'll catch you next time. Bye for now. Have a good weekend. Thank you.